Hey everybody, welcome back to Kiki Loves Nigeria. On this episode of Kiki Loves Nigeria, we're going to continue talking about Mz.Dentia and her journey to West Africa, to Nigeria, and how that journey led to her death, her untimely death. So on this episode, we're going to pick up where we left off. We are now in year 2021. This is February of 2021, and Mz.Dentia is wishing her friend a happy birthday. The lady in this picture is the lady who introduced Mz.Dentia to that man that she married and who she met her untimely demise with. So remember, the lady who introduced her, I'm not going to say her name again. Remember how she met that man. Remember, she met that man through a Facebook group, and she introduced him to Mz.Dentia. So this is the lady again who introduced Mz.Dentia to that man, and how this lady, her friend, met that man. Again, remember, it was in a Facebook group. She didn't really know this man. She had never met this man in person. She didn't know the reputation of this man. She didn't know anything about this man except what he told her on the internet. And this lady felt like that was enough to introduce him to someone she considered a good friend. Now this post is a couple days after in February. This is around February 21st, 2021. Now on this post, what I found remarkable is that it seems as if Denita was struggling with some form of self-acceptance and self-love. So let's read this real quick, you guys. It says, "Today I vow to stop being so mean to myself. I am accepting that people love me from my heart and not my body or accomplishments. Denita on her own is enough to be loved. And now I am working to change the conversation in my head and start to tell myself that I am worthy of love and I have permission to love myself." Okay, so look, y'all. So what this is telling me is that she was having some type of problem with, one, accepting herself, and two, loving herself. So ladies, you need to listen up here. If you're struggling with self-acceptance and self-love, that's not a big deal. A lot of people struggle with that. You just got to work through it. You just got to learn to accept yourself and love yourself. But do not enter into a relationship and look for healthy love when you don't even love yourself in a healthy way. Does that make sense to you? Because if you're not loving yourself in a healthy way, then you're not going to attract someone who can love you in a healthy way. Okay? So the first thing you got to do is work on self-love and self-acceptance before you enter into a relationship, especially with an African man, and especially before entering a relationship with a Nigerian man. Because if you don't love yourself or accept yourself, neither will they. Okay, now we are in March of 2021, and in this month we still find poor Mz.Denita. She is still struggling with self-acceptance and self-love. She's talking about in this post how she was always raised to admire and respect titles, and her titles were mom and wife, and how she always tried to be the best that she can be. But you can tell again from this post, Mz.Denita has not quite reached self-love and self-acceptance. She's still struggling with just accepting who she is and where she is. Okay, now the next time we find this Mz.Dentia, this is April of 2021. Now in this video, Mz.Dentia is dancing because she said she wants to show her husband how much her movement has improved. Now, I noticed a couple of things about this video right off. This doesn't even look like the same person who was in Nigeria in 2020. Mz.Dentia looks completely different here. Her face looks completely different here. She looks completely different here. She looks like a totally different person. That's the first thing I noticed. That something is indeed going on with Mz.Dentia, but we just don't know. At least not yet, we don't know. We got to keep looking through the timeline to see, because Mz.Dentia shared pretty much everything with us. So I'm sure she's going to share what's going on with her in this video later on. So look, something else I thought was strange. Now, again, no Nigerian man, no African man is going to let his wife go on social media dressed like this, you guys. I'm not putting Mz.Dentia down. I'm just saying, if an African man tell you it's okay for you to post a video and you're dressed like this, that African man don't care about you, ladies. All right, you guys, we're going to listen to this video, and then I want you guys to give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. How does she appear to you guys? Does she look like herself to you guys in the other videos and in the other photos? Is her movements, what do you think about that? Does she seem trans-like to you guys? Does it seem like something is wrong with Mz.Dentia? All right, I'm going to let y'all check out the video. And oh, another thing. Why do you think her husband said it was okay for her to post this on social media? I'm totally perplexed by that. Why do you guys think that an African man, her Nigerian husband, said it would be okay to post this type of video, dressed like this, on social media? All right, give me some feedback. Let's watch the video, you guys, and give me some feedback. Okay, you guys, now we are in June, and Mz.Dentia is talking about that she's been going through a lot. You know, she's been experiencing a lot of trauma, and she's not being dramatic. She's saying that mental health and depression is real, you guys. And she says, I've been talking to a therapist, but I'm very sad and I'm feeling real low. So I'm gonna get off the internet for a little bit. Wow, y'all. That makes me think she was really, truly going through it. Okay, now we are in June of 2021. I was going to paraphrase what Mz.Dentia said in this post, because this post is kind of long, but what she's saying is giving us some insight into her mental state. So I think we need to read this word for word. So I'm going to go ahead and read this so you guys can see what Mz.Dentia is going through. All right, so let's listen to this. I don't plan on using social media much, at least for the moment, but I wanted to be really, really clear about what's been happening recently. Earlier this month, my husband was beaten, robbed, and left for dead, all in an attempt to extort money from me and steal from him. This, along with the other stressors in my life, put me in a very dark place. As my behavior became more manic and unsafe, my dearest tribe mates made a way for me to go to an inpatient mental health facility to start the healing process. I am still undergoing treatment, but I encourage anyone who feels broken to not be afraid to fall apart. Let those who love you be an advocate on your behalf. Take your mental health seriously. As I stated before, staying off social media for the time being is the best for my peace. I don't need to compare myself to anyone or forget to be present. Additionally, my transparency is not for entertainment purposes. Thank you for those who loved and cared enough for me to check on me. My husband is recovering, my children are well taken care of, and I'm doing the work of the best version of me. And finally, fulfill the purpose God has sent for me. Please respect my family and husband's privacy. If you want to know, they'll let you know. That brings us to July of 2021, and Mz.Dentia looks more relaxed here. She looks like she's enjoying herself, and it looks like she's getting more peace inside of herself. But little did she know, but this time next year, she wouldn't be here anymore. Okay, you guys, now we are in September 2021, and we find Mz.Dentia exercising again. She is committed to getting her health mentally, physically, and spiritually. So in this video, the comment read that pretty much what I just said. She's committed to getting herself back, getting back to herself, feeling like herself. She's feeling good. She's exercising. She's getting back to who she truly is. I think she looks much better in this video. I think she looks healthier in this video. I think she truly was getting back to herself in this video. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip and you tell me what you think. In the West African traditional belief system, no one ever dies until you forget their name. So we got to keep Mz.Dentia alive by always remembering to say her name. In this next clip, we're going to see Mz.Dentia, and she's going to be giving us a positive, motivational talk, encouraging us. Let's check it out.
I'm feeling inspired and encouraged, and I want to pass that on to other people. I want you guys to know that even if yesterday didn't go the way you planned, Mondays are always the day. We always say that we're going to start something new, and sometimes we don't. But if you didn't do it, that's okay. Show yourself grace. Change does not happen overnight. It is not linear. It is not equal, and it doesn't look like everybody else's. So be kind to yourself, love yourself where you're at, and just continue to learn from your mistakes. You're doing the best that you can, and that's all you can do. And anybody who tells you otherwise is not in your corner. Be around the people that support your growth. Be around the people that see the best in you when you can't see it in yourself, and be around those people that will always show you the love that was intended for you. So I love you so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and be blessed. Peace.
So the next time we see Mz.Dentia, it is in October. And in October, Mz.Dentia has started a GoFundMe. This GoFundMe is to raise money for Mz.Dentia and her children to relocate to Nigeria while she waits for her husband's spousal visa to first be accepted and approved. It hasn't been accepted, nor has it been approved. I guess they're just at the submitting it phase. But Mz.Dentia felt that she needed to get to Nigeria right away. She didn't want to wait any longer, especially after her husband had been assaulted and almost killed because of her, because he refused to extort money from her. So she wanted to get there and she wanted to start her family. So she started the GoFundMe. I think the GoFundMe was for $7,000, but it topped out, I think the last I saw, it was $12,000, and she had left to go to Nigeria, and it had stopped at about $12,000 to $14,000. The next time we see Mz.Dentia, she is happy. She is back to herself. She is feeling good. She is feeling free, y'all. Look at her. She is getting it. She is getting it, y'all. She is so happy. She is on her way back to Nigeria. Look at her, y'all. Man, but little did she know how it was going to end. Wow. Now we find Mz.Dentia really disappointed and frustrated with humanity, as she describes it. She says she's disappointed because she thought people were her friends, and she thought she wouldn't get the reaction that she got when she decided to relocate to Nigeria with her children. She feels like people aren't being supportive. People aren't, donating. And she said it's not just the money, but it's more about, helping her. If this is truly what she wants to do and you believe in her and you're her friend, she feels like you could support her. And one way to do that is to do that with economic support. And she also just feels like even emotional support. She wasn't getting that. She wasn't getting either one. And she was just really shocked. But you guys know, just imagine you going to tell your mom and your family, you're going to relocate to Nigeria with a man you met online. You've only known for 3 months online, and you married him. And now you're going back and you're taking your children with you. And mind you, remember when she came back from Nigeria, she was sick. Remember? Something was wrong. We don't know what was wrong, but look how she looked. And remember, she went into a mental institution when she came back. Remember that? She got really depressed and she had to be admitted into a mental institution. Now, all of this going on, you think your family and your friends are going to support you going to Nigeria with your children? No, ma'am. That was asking a little bit too much from humanity, as she puts it. That was asking a little too much, in my humble opinion. So let's listen to this video where Mz.Dentia describes how disappointed she is with humanity because they failed to see her vision, they failed to support her vision, they failed to just be there for her at a time when she really needed them to be there.
Down because the messaging just didn't sit right with me. Again, I love my life in terms of what I do. I love to be able to inspire people, encourage people, motivate people. I love to introduce people to movement, to show them how powerful and strong they can be. I really do have a strong calling in my life. At least that's what I feel like. But lately, I've been realizing that facts aren't feelings, even though I already know that. But even more so now as I'm, really trying to get to my spouse, who I haven't seen in about 14 months at this point. I'm kind of at my wit's end. I'm just tired of being away from my spouse, but I also know that, I can't rely on other people to help me get there as much as I thought I could. And again, maybe I should come back and say I didn't expect anybody to help me, but I'm surprised by the response I've gotten, I should say. So people are just so disappointing to me. Today I'm feeling very disappointed. Again, this is not even just the whole Africa thing. This is just in general, just humans. I think of all the people who I've called my friends over the years who have been more than happy to, be very liberal with how they tell my story or talk about me. People who smile in my face and talk about me. I am genuine and I'm authentic, and what you see is what you get with me all the time. Who I am on the internet is who I am in person. But at the same time, I'm really, really starting to get really frustrated with humanity. It makes me not even really want to just keep giving and doing and being nice, because people suck. But if you guys can encourage me or encourage me otherwise, please do, because otherwise I'm ready to cut off all of humanity, because I feel like humanity doesn't deserve me anymore. Humanity is trash, and so if anybody can tell me a story or anything to make me feel like there is still some good in this world, then I would really, really appreciate that. So again, I don't apologize for a damn thing. I really don't, actually. I'm myself, and I'm open and honest about the things that I need and want. And if my freedom is offensive to you, then that's a personal problem. And otherwise, I'm gonna just have to keep fighting and keep kicking. Whether you're with me, I hope so. If not, tough titties, I don't care. But I gotta keep fighting, because this life is not for the faint of heart. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
So we are going to end this video because this ends the year of 2021, and the next video we are going to enter January 2022. Unfortunately, that was the last year of Mz.Denia's life. We're going to examine that year and see what exactly led up to her death. We have different things now. We know different things. We can put the puzzle together a little bit more now. We have more pieces. So let's enjoy this video of Mz.Denia in 2021. So join me on the next video when we examine the last year of Mz.Denia's life, when we look at what happened in 2022 when she went to Nigeria. What caused her death? What was the underlying factors behind her death? Can we figure it out? Will we ever really know? Let's investigate and see what we can find out. So join me on the next episode of Kiki Loves Nigeria. Thanks for watching. So join me on the next video when we examine the last year of Miss Danita's life, when we look at what happened in 2022 when she went to Nigeria. What caused her death? What was the underlying factors behind her death? Can we figure it out? Will we ever really know? Let's investigate and see what we can find out. So join me on the next episode of Kiki Loves Nigeria. Thanks for watching.